The 9 months leading up to the birth of a child is an exciting time. Hearing the baby's heartbeat for the first time, picking out items for the nursery, the baby shower. But sometimes, for no apparent reason, a mother goes into premature labor and the baby is born too soon. Fortunately, medical advancements have increased the survival rate for premature babies, but so much more needs to be done. That's where the March of Dimes comes in. Joining us today is Nicole Sharp with the March of Dimes and this year's ambassador family, James and Tara Bell, and their daughter, Riley. Hi, Riley.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Our pleasure.
Tara, let's start with you and James. Riley was premature. Tell us about her birth.
She was. So I think like any couple, we were very excited to learn that we were pregnant, and then certainly felt really blessed to understand that we were having twins. It was early in the pregnancy that it was realized that my cervix was shortening too soon. So at week 17, I had a cervical cerclage placed, or stitch, in my cervix to keep it from opening. And it was at week 17 that I was placed on bed rest and was told that the next 7 weeks were critical to viability of their life, being able to survive. And ironically, our oldest daughter was also pregnant at the time, also with twins. So on the day that she delivered, that evening, I started having significant pain. Went into the hospital. It was realized that not only were they at risk, but I also was at risk after it was realized that I was bleeding and had what was considered a placental abruption.
Oh my.
So through emergency cesarean section, both Riley and her twin brother, Trey, were delivered, whisked off to the NICU, and we only got to see them briefly. Unfortunately, Trey passed after 3 days of being there, and Riley spent the next 108 days in the NICU.
Right. That had to be a tough time. James, what was it like to watch your wife go through this?
It was a helpless feeling, especially when she complained about the pain, and we had to rush her to the hospital, and it took a while before they could figure out what was going on with her, and it wasn't until the bleeding started that they were able to determine it was the abruption. But as the husband, you're just standing there, and all you can do is try and create more urgency that's already there. Have people come in and try and see about her, especially when she started to bleed.
After the babies were born, the March of Dimes were there to help you. How did they help?
Well, ironically, we didn't know how they were helping even when they were. We actually participated in the March for Dimes walk the year before, and it wasn't until we had the 108-day stay at the NICU. It was actually Prematurity Day, November 17th, I think it was 2011, when there was almost like a gift basket that was there in the room. And it was from the March of Dimes organization, and that's when we started doing more research. And of course, before we left, there was a series of training videos that we had to view before we left as well. And doing more research, you could see that the March of Dimes influences that as well, in addition to research and giving money to scientists for more research about prematurity.
Right. All right, Nicole, this is a very special year for the March of Dimes, the 75th anniversary. It's been quite a history, hasn't it?
It's been a long history. We're extremely proud of what we've been able to accomplish over these last 75 years, and we're excited about where the future is going to take us. We were the first nonprofit organization many years ago to eradicate polio.
Right.
So, we had our mission and we solved it, and the vaccine was created, and that was wiped out. So now we've moved on to prematurity.
Right, and that all started with President Franklin Roosevelt.
It did, yes.
Who did have polio.
He started our organization 75 years ago, and at that time it was called the Organization for Infantile Paralysis. And then once we did conquer polio is when we've moved on to finding the causes of premature birth, because 1 in 8 babies in Maryland alone is born prematurely, and that's way too many.
Right. All right, and you have a big event that's coming up, of
We
course.
do. Our March for Babies event is our largest fundraising event. We have 3 walks on the Eastern Shore that take place starting Sunday, April 21st will be our Salisbury Walk, which is our largest of the 3. And then coming up right behind that, we have our Midshore Federalsburg Walk on Sunday, April 28th. And then our last one is in Assateague, which is Saturday, May the 4th.
Right, right. And you can sign up as a team. You can get a team together, right?
Yep, you can sign up as a team, an individual, a sponsor. We'll take you any way we can get you.
Okay, and of course, WBOC is a proud sponsor of the March for Babies, and we're going to have a team in the Salisbury Walk.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much. And if you would like more information about the March of Dimes Eastern Shore, including how you can start a team for March for Babies, go to our website, delmarvalife.com. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, we see canned food drives for our local food pantries, especially around Christmas time. But fresh fruits and veggies are needed too. A little goes a long way. How you can help several families right here on Delmarva just by planting an extra row or two in your garden. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.